The phone rang at 6:47 a.m., a shrill intruder in the dim stillness of Evelyn Marwood's Pittsburgh apartment. She fumbled for it, her heart lurching as the hospital's number flashed on the screen. "Mrs. Marwood, it's about your sister," the nurse said, voice clipped. "She's taken a turn. You should come now." Evelyn, 50, threw on yesterday's sweater, her graying curls unbrushed, and sped to Mercy Hospital. By 8:12 a.m., Clara, her younger sister, her last tether to family, was gone. A victim of the pneumonia that had crept in after years of battling lupus. Evelyn sat by the bed, staring at Clara's still hand, the silence heavier than the grief itself. Back home, the apartment felt like a tomb. Clara's death wasn't just a loss, it was a reckoning. Evelyn had spent decades as a librarian, shelving books and dreams in equal measure. Her days blurred into quiet routines. Work, frozen dinners, and the occasional call from Clara, whose laughter had kept Evelyn afloat since their parents died young. Now, at 50, she was alone, her life a faded Polaroid of missed chances. She'd once sung really sunger alto voice, filling church choirs and college recitals. But marriage, brief, childless, ended at 35, bills, and a safe job had buried that part of her. Clara had always urged her to sing again. "You've got a gift, Evie," she'd say. "Don't let it rot." The next day, Evelyn called in sick. She sat on her sagging couch, a box of Clara's things at her feet, photos, a scarf. A cassette labeled Evelyn, 1992. Curiosity tugged her to the old boombox in the corner. She pressed play, and there it was, her voice, rich and raw, belting Amazing Grace at a long-forgotten gig. Her breath caught. That woman sounded alive. Tears stung as she whispered, "Who even am I anymore?" She didn't sing that day, or the next. But the cassette stayed out, a silent dare. At work, shelving novels about bold heroines, she felt the itch grow. On a whim, she Googled open mic Pittsburgh. One popped up Friday night at the Rusty Note, a bar downtown. Her stomach flipped. She hadn't performed in 25 years. Her voice was rusty, her confidence dust. Yet Clara's words echoed, "Don't let it rot." Friday came. Evelyn stood outside the Rusty Note, clutching a thrift store scarf for courage. Inside, the air smelled of beer and nerves. She signed up, 5th on the list, and sat rigid as younger acts crooned pop hits. When her name crackled over the mic, Evelyn Marwood, her legs wobbled. The stage was a scuffed platform, the crowd a blur of faces. She gripped the mic, her voice trembling through the first notes of Hallelujah. Then something shifted. The room faded, and it was just her and the songer, grief. Her longing, her buried self pouring out. By the final chorus, her alto soared, steady and soulful. Applause erupted, sharp and real. A man in a plaid shirt yelled, "Encore." She smiled, shaky but alive. After, a woman approached Lila, mid-40s, with a guitarist's calloused hands. "That was unreal," she said. "You gig much?" Evelyn laughed, admitting it was her first in decades. Lila grinned. "Join us Sunday. We jam at my place. No pressure." Evelyn hesitated. Sundays were for laundry and regret, but nodded. The jam session was chaos and magic. Lila's basement buzzed with musicians, a drummer named Jay, a keyboardist called Rosa, all welcoming Evelyn like she belonged. They played covers, Dylan, Orethan, when Evelyn sang Ain't No Way. Rosa whooped, "Where've you been hiding?" The music cracked her open, each note a thread to the woman on that cassette. But doubt lingered. She was 52, old for this, too late to start over. Word spread. A bar owner offered a Tuesday slot. A coffee shop wanted her for Saturday mornings. Evelyn balked. "I'm a librarian," she told Lila. "This is crazy." Lila shrugged. "Crazy's where the good stuff lives." So she said yes, her voice growing bolder with each gig. She bought a second-hand mic, practiced in her kitchen. The neighbors banging on walls. She didn't care. Singing wasn't just sound, it was oxygen. Then came the setback. A viral video of her Hallelujah hit 10,000 views. But the comments stung. "Great voice, but she's ancient. Grandma's got pipes, lol." Evelyn scrolled, her chest tight. At 50, was she a novelty? Not a contender? She canceled a gig, retreating to her couch. Clara's scarf lay nearby, a quiet rebuke. She pictured her sister's frail smile. "Don't let it rot." Evelyn stood, shaky, and sang into the empty room, defiant, loud. She wasn't done. Lila rallied her. Forget the haters. Let's record something. They scraped together $500, booked a tiny studio, and cut 3 tracks originals Evelyn wrote late at night. Her pen spilling years of silence. Echoes of Me was raw, about losing Clara and finding herself. They uploaded it to Bandcamp, no expectations. Then a local DJ played it. Then a station in Philly. Downloads climbed 500, 1,000, 5,000. A venue called Headline for us? The night arrived 500 seats at the steel stage, sold out. Evelyn, in a black blazer and Clara's scarf, stepped into the spotlight. The crowd hushed. She sang echoes, her voice a river of pain and power. Then lightened into Ain't No Sunshine, the band tight behind her. Cheers shook the rafters. Backstage, Lila hugged her. You're a force, Evie. Evelyn grinned, sweat-soaked and whole. At 51, Evelyn Marwood quit the library. She wasn't rich, gig money barely covered rent, but she was free. Her debut EP hit 20,000 streams, and a small label offered a deal. She toured Pennsylvania, then Ohio. Her name on marquees, Evelyn Marwood, the voice that came back. Fans wrote her teens, retirees, women like her who'd lost their spark. You made me try again, one said. Evelyn kept their letters in a box by Clara's cassette. One spring evening, post-show, she stood on her balcony, Pittsburgh's skyline aglow. She hummed Amazing Grace, soft and sure. Clara was gone, but Evelyn had found her. Songnote the girl from 1992, but a woman forged by loss and grit. At 51, life wasn't over, it was loud, messy, and hers.